Hello everyone. So in this video I'll tell you how to design your website professionally using Gulp, Bootstrap, HTML and CSS. So I've created this repository where you'll have to follow certain steps to do this project. So first of all, I'll clone this project on my desktop, which the command used for it is git clone and the link of the repository. It will take 2 seconds to download, as there are not much file into it. So the next step is to open the downloaded project, git project, into any editor. I'm using VS Code, so you can use any of your choice, either Atom, brackets, any of your suitable choice. So first of all, now I'll change the directory, which is webpro. So command for it is cd and the name of the folder. And now I'll open this project into my editor. Code is for the VS Code. So the second step is to download all the dependencies, and the command for it is npm install. So whichever dependencies mentioned in the package.json file, this will get downloaded once you hit the command npm install. And to follow that, first of all you need to verify whether you have npm installed on your system or not. So use npm -- version and the node space -v to check whether it is installed or not. If it is not, then link has been provided in the description of this video. So while running npm install, it will take some time, so I paused the video, as it could take 1 or 2 minutes depending on the speed of your internet. And these are the packages which gets downloaded after the npm install command. So you can see Bootstrap. I'm looking for the Bootstrap folder. Where is it? Yep. So Bootstrap, any other libraries as well, like jQuery, Font Awesome, so we'll be using in this. So the next step is to run the applications, and the command for it is gulp, Gulp. After executing this command, few folders will be created in the project directory, and when the application runs, it shows an error which is cannot get, means it is not able to locate the index.html file. So manually we'll create that. src folder has been generated automatically once we hit the gulp command. So we'll write some random code, some HTML codes into index.html page just to verify. So we'll stop the application again and restart it by using the command gulp. So as you can see, we are entering the code on the web page. And one thing you should notice, that we don't need to refresh our web page whenever we change our code. It will automatically gets reloaded once it's get changed. So in this file, we are using gulp developer dependencies, dev dependencies. So I'll be explaining few of these codes so that it will be easy for you to understand. So right now this is package.json file, and this is the version of the gulp. So the first As you can see on the line number 1, it's Gulp. We are initializing, we are using the Gulp dependencies which is present in the node modules folder. And in Gulp, we define any operations using task. And the name of the task is SAS, and the functions to be executed is from 7 to 10, line number 7 to 10. We are fetching all these SAS files. We have given the array of, and in that array we have provided the locations of all the SAS files. We are converting all those SAS files into a single CSS file, and using the pipe function, and we are replicating that newly created CSS file into a folder called src/css. And by default, name of the CSS file will be style.css. And browser sync.stream means once it gets changed or modified, browser should reload. And the same goes for JS file as well. Again, we have provided the bootstrap min.js, means all the JS file should be taken and moved to the src/js. Name of the task is serve. Means in this block we are watching the SAS files. If there is any changes in the SAS file, then the browser should reload. Same goes for the fonts. We are just replicating the files from src. And if we are using font awesome icons, then it will does the same thing. And in the last line, we are simply executing each function. If there's any changes, just reload the browser or refresh the browser automatically. So I guess it pretty much explains some of the lines. So if you guys have any doubt, then please comment me in the section. I'll be happy to help. You can choose any name, either default, something, start, anything. And in package.json file, we have all the dependencies like font awesome, jQuery. So initially, we have provided that there is a SCSS folder in src as well. If you could check on the line number 7. So we need to create a SAS file, SCSS folder, and into that we have to create a style.scss so that the Gulp could fetch the code and convert it into this CSS file. So for that we'll have to include Bootstrap, CSS, user defined CSS, and font awesome CSS. So these 3 lines should be there, these 3 links should be there. If you're totally unaware of the Gulp, then you should check some lectures on the YouTube. There are plenty of very fine lectures. And if you want me to do any lectures on Gulp or SAS technologies, then please comment it in the section. So I'm just checking whether I'm correctly applying the CSS property or not. H1 should not be there. I think by mistake I did that. Shouldn't be there. Should be paragraph. And you can check that whichever SCSS property you'll define in that file, it will automatically replicate it in the CSS file. As you can see, yeah. In a CSS file you can create variables, methods, nesting properties. As you can see, I'm not refreshing the page, it gets automatically reloaded whenever I change any property. So let's check with any variable. Font color red, copying the code. And in the CSS file, style.css file, you can check in place of the variable, it gets converted into the name of the color or the hexadecimal color. See, as you can see in this, you can play pretty good with this. Try modifying it with your own logic. And once you remove all the properties from this Sass file, then you can see the style.css file contents also gets flushed. So now let's begin with the project. Let's open Bootstrap website. Go to the navbar section and copy the navbar code. We'll be modifying our navbar according to our needs. Sorry for the sound. Creating header, copy and pasting the code. Yep, it works fine, but I don't need the search menu, neither disabled menu nor the drop down. So I'll modify the color. Instead of navbar -light, I have placed it navbar -dark. Don't need the font, yeah. Pretty enough. Just changing the navbar logo text and the Mire bar. Changes according to your need. This video is just for the demonstration purpose, so that how you can design your website in a more easy way. Just shifting the navbar to the extreme right or to the center, checking whether it looks good or not. So all the classes which I'm using just define in the Bootstrap CSS file. So you can style your navbar in Sass file using .navbar class. So I'll giving the bottom border with some color. Oops. Border width will be 2 pixels. With this type of border will be solid, and the color is aqua. Why not? I think it should. I've done something wrong. Yeah, got it. I think. Yeah, I've mentioned border bottom, although it should be border. bottom. That is why it's not working. So I'll simply try it manually. You can skip a few seconds, then like 30 seconds you can skip, because I wasted some of the time in testing and debugging about this. As you can see, it's working with the border bottom. So I was trying to give manual CSS property instead of using the default classes of Bootstrap.
First, there was darkness. Then came the strangers.
So the motive of this video is not to show you how to code, but instead the motive is to make the use of Gulp and the other technologies, just so that it could make your stuff easy.
By will alone. They call this ability tuning.
So now as you can see, it's working fine. We'll change the color later on. So I'll just comment it out. Navbar section, and the other one will be probably header section, home section, I think. Yep, home section. So I'll give an ID to the div with home-section, and I'll just copy the code of the form from Bootstrap. So just to fill the page with some random content. So I'll create one row with the parent as container and 2 column of width 6. Although I mentioned right now with md-2, which I'll be correcting in a few seconds. So I'll be copying the card code just to fill the content. Image, obviously image will not work right now because the path is not correct. So I'll just check. Earlier it was container fluid is used to stretch the full width. Start it a little bit. So I need to give some background image so that it could look much better. So before that I need an image. I have already downloaded the free source image, and here I'll create one assets folder, and in that I'll copy that image and rename it as home section. Providing the path. So right now it's not covering the home section fully, so for that I need to make some CSS changes, which are background size and background repeat. Just checking few another properties. Although I'm not very good in CSS stuff, so that's why I'm doing most of the time hit and trial method. Yeah, the image looks fine now, I think. But still, we need to put that image in the header section, not the body section. But in your case, you can use it so that you could put some opacity in the nav bar, so that it look good for that. Giving some margin. MT stand for margin top, and -5. 5 is the highest topmost margin in the Bootstrap4. Although you can reset the default thing and make it define some of your own margins using mx-auto in the div class of the card. So these are just little bit tweaks just to make it look prettier. So I've added the image, I've placed the same background image just to make it up. So right now I'm creating one default color variable in the SAS file, and I'll be using this variable in the other places. Although if you people want me to replicate any website, you can post it on the comment section so that I can go through it and create one video to replicate the web page for you people, and that way you and I both can learn with that. So let me know if you guys wanna know how to copy certain websites. So in the same way you can create another section with some styles. So I'll be creating one more section, I think. I'll not do the designing part into that much, so it might not look very pretty. So yeah. Thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.